Let me tell you a story. They say that when history was still a child and empires were only learning to walk, a shadow danced across the dust of Africa, barefoot, ageless, smiling with two faces. His name was Eshu, the trickster, the messenger, the master of the crossroads. Long ago, before maps tamed the land, when stars still whispered to empires, there stood a place beyond direction. Not north, not south, just the crossroads. There, under a moon split in two, Eshu stood at the navel of the world where three roads met. One of savanna, one of forest, one of bloodied stone. And from each road came a king. From the savanna came Sundiata, the lion of Mali. Golden-robed, fire-eyed, griots marched beside him, their tongues heavy with prophecy. I forged an empire from exile, Sundiata declared. My words are law, my name is song. Eshu grinned and handed him a talking drum, rimmed with gold and stretched with panther skin. Strike it only when you seek truth, Eshu said, but beware it will not lie for pride. Sundiata nodded. A king always knows when to speak. The drum beat softly in his arms, like a second heartbeat. From the forest came Iwer, the great Oba of Benin, cloaked in coral and mystery. His artisans froze gods in bronze, his moats curved like sacred runes around his city. I shape the world through order, he spoke. Every wall I raise is a monument to forever. Eshu offered him a mirror of polished ivory, smooth as a river's surface. It shows not who you are, Eshu whispered, but what you could become. But beware, reflections tempt more than they teach. Iwer took it without a word. The mirror blinked once with light and showed him a palace that touched the clouds. From the stone lands came Shaka, the Zulu thunder. Bare-chested, spear in hand, eyes like storm clouds ready to break. Silence marched with him, even the wind feared his path. I carved nations with steel, he said. Peace is a lie told by the weak. Eshu chuckled softly and placed in his palm a sealed calabash, warm and pulsing like a living thing. Inside is silence, he said. Use it only when your people beg for stillness. But no silence, once loosed, can consume even thunder. Shaka scoffed, but he held the calabash tight. It hummed softly against his war-hardened chest. And so the kings turned away, each bearing a gift, each striding toward glory. But empires are not built without shadow. Mali Sundiata's drum beat across deserts and gold-dusted cities. His voice summoned unity. His name turned markets to sanctuaries. But one day the drum spoke without warning. Your sons will fight like hyenas for your crown. Sundiata struck it in anger. The drum shattered. And soon after, so did Mali, torn by bloodlines and forgotten songs. The griots fell silent. Dust now sings where gold once reigned. Benin Iwer raised walls that kissed the sun. The mirror whispered of legacy, immortality, power untouched by foreign hands. And so he sealed his city, closed the gates. Let them marvel from afar, the mirror whispered. Let none taint perfection. But when strangers came with iron and fire, the mirror did not warn him. It shows what could be, Oba, it sighed, not what is coming. Benin burned with all its beauty locked inside. Zulu Shaka's warriors marched across the plains like thunder made flesh. His mind carved tactics that rewrote war, but his people grew weary. Blood soaked the soil too long. One night, in secret, Shaka opened the calabash. Silence rushed out like fog. No war songs, no drumming feet, no warnings. And in that hush, his own blood betrayed him. Shaka fell not to an army, but to the absence of sound. Even thunder forgets how to roar. At the end of time, when all empires are dust, Eshu sits again at the crossroads. He plays Sundiata's broken drum. He peers into Iwere's fading mirror. he drinks from Shaka's empty calabash, and he laughs. History, he says, is just a game I taught kings to play.